from the cruel streets of Oakland, Oregon. It is none other than the Secret Wine Society in the house, and the wake-up call becomes the wake-up crawl. By the way, I have to credit Gary for that name, because you came up with wake-up crawl.
Yeah, I did, I think. Or one of the listeners did.
Anyway, Robert from the Secret Wine Society in lovely Oakland, Oregon, joins us this morning.
Yeah, and serving some wine here. So,
and you bring with you a special guest.
I do, but before we introduce this very special guest, I want to make sure I heard this correct on the way up here. So,
okay,
Gary, you're saying that you got your car detailed before the bank took it back?
Yeah, I got rid of it.
Oh, I thought it was going to get towed away by the repo guy, and you wanted to look good. I didn't quite get that. Anyway,
it's good that you pointed that out, though.
All right.
No, actually, you just
did. I mention the bank took it back?
I don't think I said that.
No.
You said the dealer took it back, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he traded it.
I got a new one.
He flipped it.
All right, got it.
In for a new one.
All right. So now to our very special guest, and go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. So I am Farah with Klinker Brick Winery out of Lodi, California.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you stuck in old Lodi again?
Stuck in Lodi and never leaving. I can't move those vines, so I'm stuck.
So, Clinker Brick.
Love the name.
We tried. It was last time?
Yeah, it was last time we were in. I brought in the Brick Mason.
Okay.
And you loved it.
Why, of the names that you could have chosen, why Klinker Brick? And Klinker Brick, by the way, is, we explained this, it's a type of brick, and they heat them really hot, and they look weird, but they actually serve a purpose.
Yeah, they do.
So why that particular why that name?
So when we started the winery in 2000, and before that we were contract growers, and when we started the winery we were looking for a name, and my dad was looking for something different, not just our last name on the label, and my mom actually came up with the name and said, why don't we name it Klinker Brick? It ties in our family in a different way with our family homes. So my house was built in 1937 out of Klinker bricks.
Oh.
My great-grandparents built the house, and then my parents was built in 1940. So it was a way of tying in the family with being different, not just our last name on the label. And it's pretty catchy, and the labels are catchy, so people remember.
Well, those
Klinker
bricks are expensive and hard to get now.
They're so expensive, and they don't make them anymore because the kilns are burning electric, and so everything burns evenly. Back then, it was coal burning, so the bottom 8 layers would burn and become Klinker bricks because they would get kind of molten and dark and bubble and burst. Yeah. So it was a way of building the houses a little cheaper back then. So they came from San Francisco, and they trained them out.
All right.
Remember we said some people are trying to make these Klinker bricks now on purpose to sell them at a higher price?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Well, it is.
All right, so the first wine we have here.
Yes. So the first wine,
I need some more. I already drank it.
I'm liking it too.
So Lodi, we're Central Valley, so we are a warmer climate, but we're realizing Albariño does really well. You guys have a lot of Albariño up here too. But Albariño, it's been fun. We've been producing it since 2014. And we actually grafted over all of our Chardonnay vineyards to Albariño because we did not want a Chardonnay in our portfolio. And it's beautiful. We're not a Chardonnay family.
Chardonnay shucks. We hate Chardonnay.
We had it for contracts with the larger wineries and got rid of it as fast as possible. But it's a lot of fun. We pick at 2 different brick levels, the sugar content at harvest to get good acidity and fruit. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fun wine, really
And this
crisp.
style's different. Like she said, we have it in Umpqua Valley.
Yeah.
But it's more citrus. This is more like peach. This is wonderful. I love this style.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
you said
good.
you do 2 different picks. Like that's why there's a secret to making this more in like the Spanish style. But I have a question about what's the name of this river on the bottom?
So the river on the label is called the Mokelumne River. So that is our sub-AVA. So Lodi is split into 7 sub-AVAs. And Mokelumne River is the largest of the sub-AVAs. And the soil is sandy loam to pretty much sandy. So Albariño really likes it.
Nice to know. And what vintage was this again?
This is the 23.
Nice. Well, I actually love this style. It's a nice counterpoint to the style that's being sold and done, at least where we are in Willamette. They're both beautiful, but this is very, very nice. I think the fruit's nice and generous. The acidity is towering. It's just well balanced. It's good.
I agree. You can definitely taste peach. I noticed that.
Yeah, it smells like it just smells like white peaches or something. But usually you don't get that in Willamette, or not Willamette, but Umpqua Valley.
Yeah.
But I think it's a lovely style.
So what would you, Farah, if you were going to pair this with, like, the ultimate thing to pair this with, what would it be? Ultimate.
Ultimate.
Yeah, not just, go with, chicken. I mean, what would ultimate be?
I would pair it with some oysters.
Ooh.
Even some raw oysters, because it has a little bit of minerality to it. It could really pair up with the brininess. I don't know.
I think there's enough fruit for some nice fish tacos.
Yeah. I would go the seafood route for sure on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Even a roast chicken. You could go with a roast chicken.
Oh, see, that's so mundane.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I like roast chicken. There's nothing wrong with roast
there's
chicken.
nothing wrong with roast chicken.
Gary, check ChatGPT. We need some answers here.
Yeah.
All right. So, I can't stop drinking this. But
You really think he's
sure
going to be able to spell Albariño?
No, because I can't spell definitely.
All right.
All right.
That is
Lovely,
so what's a
lovely
bottle
wine.
of that go for?
I haven't priced it yet. Well, it's going to be in my shop next week, but it's not expensive. And it's like, I don't know, probably around $20, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, don't ask me prices today because they stop delivering every week, and so I have to wait a week to get all this stuff.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
All right. I understand. Oh, and she's already pouring another one.
Here's more, Bill.
You are the awesome host.
Now, this has her name on it.
Hostess.
It does have my name on it.
So this is a Farah?
It is.
Oh, yeah.
This is a Syrah. Well, she'll tell you the story, but she has obviously very forward-thinking parents.
Thank you.
And what's cool
Yeah,
about
baby.
I'll let her do all the talking here. I'm just
There
going
we
to
go.
shut up for a minute.
So we go from Albariño up to Syrah. So they're from delicate to nice big red. But yes, it is named after me. My grandpa actually named the vineyard after me when I was 5. He would take me around to all the vineyards because at the time we were just growers. So my dad was out farming and my mom was doing the books for the farm. And so he would take me around and teach me everything about the vineyards. And there's a story of how I got my name on it. So he was actually wanting to till the vineyard, and I had told him, Grandpa, you're going to get stuck, because it was right after a rain. And he said, no, I've been farming for 40 years. I'm not listening to a 5-year-old. And he went out, and halfway through the Syrah vineyard, the tractor got stuck. And it took about 2 weeks to get it out. But I ran back from the from the tractor and ran into the house that I live in now, hands on my hips, and told my grandma, he didn't listen to me and he got stuck. And I'm pointing outside, and she said she couldn't stop laughing at me. And my grandpa came back in with mud everywhere and said, I think she knows more about the vineyards than I do, because now I have to wait 2 weeks to get that darn tractor out. And he named the Syrah vineyard after me. But I love our Syrah.
Now, is this 100%? Are you co-fermenting anything in here?
We add about 5% Petite Syrah. So just a little bit. But just a touch, but it's pretty much almost 100% Syrah. Has that old world Northern Rhone style meets California sunshine, and really fun braised meats.
Now, that's a good way to put it, because I haven't brought a lot of Northern Rhone Syrahs because they tend to be expensive. This tastes like one. Like she said, it's riper, but that nose is Northern Rhone, which is crazy, right? You don't get that domestically very often, to be honest.
This almost gives you the same glowy feeling that a good Scotch does.
Yeah, and you notice how
I don't know if that makes any sense to you or not.
It does. It does. Yeah.
It's not the alcohol. First off, if you know good Scotch, it's not the alcohol that does it. There's something else about the Scotch, and this has got that sort of, ooh, yeah, kind of thing going for it. I like this.
I'll bring some I'll bring something from Northern Rhone in, and just remember this kind of this meatiness on the nose. Like that's, I don't know, how would you, meaty. It's hard to describe
Meaty,
it.
a little earthiness to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, one of my favorite pairings with it I had in all my years. So I've been working for my family since 2009. It was a rabbit ragu that was paired with this, and it was
Rabbit?
wonderful. Yeah,
And you can find that everywhere.
Rabbit?
Yeah.
Wabbit?
Rabbit.
rabbit.
Kill the wabbit.
Well, I was looking up a wine searcher, like this wine. They're like, this wine, this would be the perfect match with like braised rabbit livers. I'm like, where am I going to get those?
Yeah,
But yeah, rabbit is good if you can find it.
you can find
I've
it.
never
But
found that at Winco.
No,
I've
That's
never gone in there and it's like, oh, rabbit liver.
Here's the thing,
yeah.
like, and Farah she'll agree with this, 100%. They've been pushing wine as this super fancy thing, and the prices are way too high from some of these areas, like Napa. The land there's extremely expensive. You're over, and the tastings there are like $100 probably now. They kick you out the door. They probably give you stuff that's open 3. Who knows? Lodi is up and coming as a destination.
Yeah.
Used to be they were just growing stuff. Now they're like, wait a second, Napa is so horrible. We'll have fun. Well,
I didn't say that.
Well, no. Ask her about the barbecue competition they had.
Yeah, no.
I thought it was genius.
So in Lodi, we did grow. We were contract growers for a long time, and so now there's 93 wineries and 54 taste rooms in Lodi. Tasting fees $10, $15, $20.
Right.
If you buy a bottle,
those are the good
it's
old
waived.
days.
So we're trying to have everybody come in and try Lodi wines, from the 20-year-olds all the way up. We have something for everybody, and like Robert said, we actually just did our first barbecue competition at the tasting room and had about 25 barbecue competitors come in. Some were professional and some were just having fun. We actually had the Clinker Brick crew as one of them. And we even had a Japanese barbecue team come in.
They sell their wines in Japan. I'm like, can I help you with that? I want to go again. But those guys are coming over. I mean, what they're doing is just, it's a nice pivot, and it's refreshing, especially with the young kids coming up. It's got to be fun. It has to be accessible. Now, you can't have an accessible price and the wine not be any good. These wines are amazing. And it's a family, she's going to be there if you go there. She'll...
My dad will be walking around, and my mom's there. So
I'm going to say the Syrah rocks the house.
it's pretty awesome.
And
Don't ask me the price, but it's not expensive.
what is this right
That
here?
is that's pheasant and rosemary pâté.
Okay, it goes really well with that.
Yeah, my cat loves it.
Great. I'm glad we're eating cat food today.
Bringing cat food.
That's nice.
Well, that's the Costco one. Is like pâté, it says, right? They love it. But you know what? I have an Egyptian Mau. They're awesome cats. That breeder told me the worst wet food is better than the best dry food. Just think about that.
Wow.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, imagine what it'd be like if you're eating Frosted Flakes every day, all day, every meal.
Well, my cat loves cheese. All right, so we got one more.
Okay,
one
well,
more.
the pâté here, that goes really well.
And pheasant, game
Said
meat
Syrah.
goes well with the Syrah.
Oh, well, now I have to chug the Syrah.
You don't have to.
He's got multiple glasses.
Oh, yeah.
He can juggle them.
Well, you
Here's another one.
you took one of them away from me.
I did. There's one in the middle. You can give him that one in the middle. This is the most organized wine show you'll ever listen to.
Yeah, you think. Wow, that's a dark one. Ooh.
The Forces of Darkness.
It has the color of garnet.
Garnet stones.
All right.
That smells good.
Now, what I will say this, though. I'm a little disappointed.
Why?
She didn't bring the old ghost. She has to at least talk about the old ghost and about after this one, because I was like,
Wow, what is
I
this?
hope you had the old ghost.
What is this?
So this is our Old Vine Zin. So Lodi as a region.
This is a Zinfandel?
old vine. Like,
Yeah, old vine.
yeah, you have, when she'll tell you, you get less fruit, concentrated fruit, and Zinfandel's not easy to work with.
So Lodi is known for old vine Zinfandel. We have about 30,000 acres of Zinfandel, old vine Zin combined planted in